Good evening, friends. My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Blueprints. We're going to be playing the game. I've got 2 keys, courtesy of the clock tower. Aha, these are still broken. That is good to see. Permanent progression on those. 37 allowance, baby. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, give me an outside room to start with this time. If I get shelter, I will deal with it. What do I actively want, though? Hovel, kind of. Oh, schoolhouse. Oh, schoolhouse. I do have the ability to rotate rooms with gems, so schoolhouse might be a little bit more usable than otherwise, and also I do feel like a good way for me maybe to get a lot of clues that I otherwise have been denied access so far would be to head through the schoolhouse. So let's try and get above grade 3. Never managed in real life, nor in the game. Let's see if we can do it. Library. I will accept, giving me the ability to read the final of the books that I've not yet read, being Realm and Rune. Unlock all 8 sigils. 8's the final classroom exam would be nice. Buy out the entire showroom. Win the drafting strategy sweepstakes. Right, of course, the sweepstakes there is drafting more than 19 dead ends. 20 total. We'll get it for you. It's a very early wine cellar I can't really do too much with. I'll take a nook. Oh, I really wanted something to just head out the north. I could rotate the chapel in order to get it to head north. Heck, I could do the same with the hallway. I think I will. Give me the hallway heading out north, thank you. I'm gonna head through the library to read our new version of Realm and Rune Sigils of the Past and Present. So most of this text was cut away, so I will read these. Introduction. When the scholars of the First Era found any hidden things, either of a natural source or resulting from the creations of man, they were accustomed to record these in various signs with the aid of figures. They did this in order that the sigils of the realm might not be misunderstood, and might not be understood rather by strangers. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They have been found in every era and every culture and predate both text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to realm sigils, those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and older documents. This book was written to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and to clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of the realm's royal art. How is the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us of a kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, and each variation tells the story of the land. Even the adorned borders around sigils have special meaning. Each sigil is composed of 4 things: the core, dividing lines, the moats, and the border. Aha! We have the full name of that place now. It is called Korarica. Eureka! It is Korarica. Not certain if the name is especially going to help me here, but I do now know it. Korarica. The rays. Spouting forth from the core will be several dividing lines, splitting the sigil into pieces. From one sigil to another, the rays will often differ in number, style, and form. Studying the differences in lines will immediately reveal several things about the realm. Counting the number of dividing lines in a sigil will reveal to us what method of transportation was prevalent in the realm, were they a seaside kingdom that relied on ships, or a desert domain that may have employed camels to cross the sandy expanse of lands. Okay, my previous... Wow, turtleback. Hilarious. My previous assertion of the number of rays is the traveler method from home, but 8 being ships, 6 being carriages, no, 4 is carriages in that orientation. Okay, so there's different orientations of 4. So naval capabilities, seaports, these 8 rays resemble a compass rose. There's also 4 on the diagonals. Roads, streets, and carriages. The 4 rays here look like crossroads on a map. Also horseback, rough trails. Another sigil that uses 4 rays, however, they will always be configured to suggest a horse galloping. There's also the train system, locomotion. 3 rays are always used in sigils that rely on track-based travel. Finally, aviation, well, not finally, next up, aviation, dirigibles, and balloons. The 5 rays here suggest travel above the horizon. Camels, pack mules, arid or desert trails. 2 rays indicate a flat terrain. And then finally, turtleback travel. 5 short rays that do not fully extend from the core to the border. We correctly surmised that foggy must be the several horizontal slashes on one side. Weather, the style of ray. Identifying the style of ray used in a sigil will tell us what weather the kingdom considered native. Some are intuitive, like the jagged lightning-shaped lines to indicate stormy lands. So I do know a number of things about a number of these locations. I wonder if I know enough to actually complete one of them. Where are you? Where was I listing those? I really need to... There we are. It's actually on the classrooms page. There we go. This is... Costa Rica. It is an orange chevron. I believe it was snowy as well. Because we saw a... Yeah, I don't know the travel method, though. Because we saw a stamp that had snow all over the top of the orange chevron being the sign for Costa Rica. Straight black lines have a lack of harsh weather or normal temperatures. Foggy or misty is when the ray has several horizontal slashes on one side. Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. Scorched air and blazing sun cause otherwise straight lanes to appear shimmering. There's a rainy realm is indicated with 3 vertical lines pouring down. We already know that to be the Arajian weather. We also know the Arajian weather, or rather we know that there is a purple item for, or purple sigil, core, rather, for Araja. We know what the shape of it is. We know that it's poetic there. We know that it's rainy. We just don't know the method of transport necessarily for Araja. Now, we do know that Araja, as the land to the south, is over the seas. So perhaps we could surmise that it is naval capabilities. That said, it possibly could also be turtleback. We don't know. Moats. This page was actually completely there in the previous version, so we don't really need to read this other than to mention that the moats demonstrate whether or not the society was tribal, agricultural, martial, metropolitan, academic, industrial, spiritual, or poetic. And the color of the border is there as well. Great. Putting it all together. That is exactly the sign for Fanaris. So I guess because that final page was missing previously, we just had the user's guess at it. Okay, unfortunately, I don't believe we've... Other than the name of Costa Rica and the new different ways that the rays can be. Didn't really learn too much from that. I'm going to be really, really happy when I have the opportunity to swap this for a new clue and then possibly start looking for... what's the word I'm looking for here? It's classroom, but in order to take that classroom, I really want to rotate it first. While drafting in classroom, you may draft new floor plans one time for each draft room in your house, but I can't do that. Maybe I should take Great Hall, literally just so I'm open in all of the available directions. Because I'm gonna still need to really explore a lot of things here. I also really need some early gems so that I can actually afford to, you know, rotate positions when I need to, but also draft the classrooms? Yikes. Okay, well, here's... Yikes. Here's my play. I'm going to rotate these. I'm going to take the funeral parlor. Can't take the observatory, so I'll take the funeral parlor. Would have taken the observatory if I could have taken the observatory, but can't take the observatory, so I'll take the funeral parlor. I'm going to go here. I now have gems equal to red rooms. Oh, Den, perfectly, leading in the directions I want. As much as I do want the mail room, this gives me a gem and leads in the directions that I'm keen for. I do want classroom, but I am going to need additional resources before I start doing it. Such as keys. And putting a dead end in a very easy room there. It's very comfortable. Ooh, courtyard. Exactly the same. Glad to see it. And there's a metal detector in here for us. This one's absolutely hallway closet, which I'm not going in just yet. Oh, I do really like study, but it's more ways to spend gems that I don't have right now. I'm going to spin the classroom, and then I'm going to draft it. That's why I needed 2 gems. Unfortunately, now I don't have enough gems to spin and draft a classroom. Oof. How am I going to find enough gems to really do this run? I got a lot of keys for the Great Hall. I'm pretty happy about that, at least. Yeah, that's the key right there that it's detecting. Okay, there's something behind this door. Ooh, a gem, a key, and 3 coins. Love it. And this one too. 3 coins and our entrance to the antechamber. I'm going to try and get a... Oh, gosh. A north-facing entrance here, by the way, is what I was looking for, so that I can get into the foundation, but it didn't get it. I'm going to take a classroom. Another apple on that table. I'm going to guess this one. Yep. That'll do it. Commissary leading us into the corner. Bunk room when I have 3 already. I will take the commissary leading us into the corner. This is making it really hard to get to that foundation. We're going to have to do it from the top side. Shovel, salt shaker, and then I'm just buying out all of the gems that you can sell me. because those are going to be worth their weight in gold. A dead ends that I can freely draft here. Conservatory, just the rarity of floor plans in your house. I don't dislike getting pool hall. Not at all. But it's really hard to turn down the conservatory whenever it appears, because if it offers me, like, first off, every time, every run I would like to have the dining room, it is 25 to 35 additional steps depending. Absolutely. Laboratory? 100%. Every run. Experimental house features active? Yes, please. Spare bedroom? It's just a hallway? Completely fine. All right, and that's us done in that room. I'm glad I've got some gems for rarer drafts as well as rotating things. Would be a little terrified not to. Nothing doing in here. Now, I can redraw 1, 2, 3. 3 times from this room. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, classroom. Drawing room actually connects all of them, but classroom. Time for grade 3? I've already been here before. Doesn't look like there's any reason to consider the room differently. I'd love this room to go north. And it does. Security. I also like the idea of rotating this, but I do want it to be pointing north and the other direction as well, but I'm not going to take a risk on that. I need to actually keep some gems still. One single loose coin. Again, without a keycard yet, we'll have to pop the security level down. What do you reckon? These be smashable? I think not. That's interesting. Huh. Trying to enter a side of a locked hole that we haven't opened. Interesting, interesting. I don't think that's ever going to be relevant, but... What about this? This is the only true box. The gems in the other box are in the other box with a true statement. One of the other boxes is true. Well, we'll figure that out when we need to. Maybe a shatterable vase. 2 shatterable vases in here, perhaps? These ones? In the corridor? Drawing room. I do love study, but it terminates our path. Drawing room gives us the ability to redraw. And also taunts us with the amount of goddamn gates. How dare you? Basement key. Classroom. Pointing in the right direction. Not going to turn those down. Conference room. It's actually really well positioned as well. Clock tower needs to be pointing upwards if I believe that to be the solution thing. So, conference room, go there. I don't have a secret garden key, but I would love to spawn a secret garden. Obvious key. Ah! Well, well, well. Hello, information. Alrighty then. In eclipse, is eclipse. So the rogue moon, the one pointing this direction, the in eclipse ball, we know that's where Clara and Simon H. Sinclair danced after their marriage, which was the year prior in 1951. The Isles of Orsay. Orsay. There's also the Three of Tides over here. The Devoted Circle further up. That's the Arindan symbol below it. I imagine this is further and further and further away from the origin, the original king. Insay. So if Insay is up here, Isles of Orsay, I wonder if Insay is the top of the globe, the Isles of Orsay are the bottom of the globe? Seeker of Signs, that's interesting. So we've also got the sigil here for, as we now understand, Cora Rika. At the center of 6 other sigils. So one of the sigils is missing from this, which is we have Ark Ares, Orinda Ares, Iraja. Don't know what this is, but it is green. Don't know what this is. And I think this one is Morajai. So what sigil's missing? Oh, Fenares. Oh, this is the Et sphere in the 3rd era, right? So Fenares doesn't exist yet because Fenares comes about after the end of the 4th era. Okay, cool. Orinda Ares is the center of those 3. This is what I had assumed. Iraja, interesting. So Ark Ares is separated by water. Iraja is only separated by land to the south. Also looks like there's nuance and then further nuance. Yeah, this is interesting. So down here as well, we have, actually it's probably easier to look with my eyes here. Mora, Fenmora, Vea, Mamora, and Dauja. Now we do know Dauja to be a name for one of the goddesses. Mamora, Vea. Actually, Vea I think is also a name for one of the goddesses still. I think that's the one holding the pizza spatula, or as I keep being told, it's called a peel. Yes, so Dauja is of the pitchfork, and Vea is of the chimney sweep, actually, sorry. Mora is not one of these, nor is Fenmora, nor is Marmora. Mora, Marmora, Fenmora. The other 2 are angels. Interesting. Fenmora, Mora, Marmora. I mean, those all are related to the same kind of term. Mora. Intriguing. Above that, we have someone looking into a telescope for the outer circle. The Seeker of Signs here appears to be flying perhaps a balloon with metal tied around it in order... Oh, key on the kite kind of thing. This is a Benjamin Franklin. Okay, I don't have the appropriate... There's also the Devoted Moon, and then this up here in the corner. I think it says the Rogue Moon? I can't read it perfectly. It's small text and I do not have a magnifying glass yet. Okay. Etsphere, the third era. Well, I think we have the name of our final island. So Ark Ares, Korrika, Orinda, Ares, Fen Ares, Araja. Nuance. Nuance is not on this map? Was Nuance on the other map? Yeah, Nuance was on the other map. Further Nuance, yeah. Oh my god. What? Oh, I'm mad at some stuff that I'm seeing right now. Okay. So Morajai, yes, we can see the water there, easily reached by water, makes sense. Korrika, Vera. Couldn't tell you which isle Vera is though. Just that we have the name Vera. We also have these sigils down here, which we've seen previously on the cursed box, both in the story of the Curse of Blackbridge, but also in the cursed box that we purchased from Mount Holly gift shop in order to put into the shrine. We've also got, and this is interesting, I think this is plotting the south of the world, like from Seja up. The South Key, it says as well. And there's a connection of all of these points up a mountain to a flag. Multiple different chevrons of multiple different colors descending. Yeah, the North Circle. So the South Circle. So if this is the South Key, it's also got its 8 on the side. 8 on the side we see up there as well. And then it points multiple different directions to where different countries appear to be. It's got the chevron over here, it's got Araja over here, it's got the diamond that I don't know the name of, and it's got this one that I don't know the name of either. There's also the Sacred Circle. The Sacred Circle. The Sacred Circle. So the Sacred Circle, we know sacred is the first letters of the puzzle in the clock tower. There's also a 46 down here. Oh. Compelling. So there's an order in which some things should be touched. Maybe this is the fountain outside? But also it's showing 46 rotating around a point. What's 130? 130 would be that way. Okay, so it's not aligned to that. 46 being down here in the corner. As of Orsphere in 3rd era. Oh, the Spiral of Stars. We've seen that before in the room of Lady Clara. She has a drawing of this, and then the text, "Does it never end?" One giant tree, 2 people on either sides of it, 2 buildings on either side of it. Also, there's this person up here who's being separated by a bat and a... It actually appears to be blind as well, so maybe this is Justice. Justice is blind, being pulled apart by a bat and an eagle in 2 different directions. The North Circle has a small eye in the center of it. I wonder if that's like information. Here's the information desk right up here at the very North Pole. These are utterly fascinating, if also not especially useful for us right now. Just not especially right now. Identify each realm on the map below. I mean, sure. We have Nuance, Erasia, Fen Ares, previously Arinda Ares, above which we have Arc Ares. Over the seas, we have Vera, Morajai, and Corsica. Corsica, Morajai, and Vera down here. So it's the order in which those are visited in room 46 that we need to write out. But in order to find out the order in which those are visited, we need to find all of the red notes, I believe. Because actually not all of the red notes necessarily, all of the sanctum keys, so that we can solve to get the postcards from Herbert from each of these locations in order to put them in order. Realistically, we actually don't need all of them, right? We can figure out by process of elimination the final one. Doesn't look like there's anything behind that, nor that. C-, I hope this is not a political statement. How do you mean? Arinda, yes. Arkaris, yes. Araja, yes. This land? No, I don't believe. Morajai, yes. Corsica, yes. What? I hope this isn't a political statement? Oh, I see what's happened. The Fen Ares is being listed as as Arinda Ares. C- though. Is that the only thing you got wrong? Chevron is Corsica. The rainbow is Morajai, as far as I'm aware, at least. Oh, hall pass. You will not lose footway when traveling between two adjacent hallways. Hallways drafted from an adjoining hallway do not cost gems to draft. I mean, that'd be nice if these were hallways. 5 out of 7. Okay, so correct, 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 incorrect, incorrect, correct. So that means that these three, one of them is correct as it currently is. But we know that this one up here is Morajai, which has this sigil. So we know this one's wrong and this one's wrong, which means that this one down in the corner is the sigil for Vera. I'm going to call that the tilted seesaw. The tilted seesaw of Vera. 5 out of 7. So would this be correct? Corsica, yes. Morajai, yes. Vera, yes. This is not Araja. This is not... Ooh. What is the diamond? Didn't I just figure that out a second ago? Well, yeah, I guess if that's Morajai, the diamond has to be Nuance. Artie Anders. And Patricia. Proja H. And 4 out of 7 correct here. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Correct. Okay, yep. Everything aligns to confirm those. That's neat. Now I do know the names of all of the locations, as well as all of the sigils of the locations. I've also got all of this additional information here, which I don't necessarily fully understand just yet. I would love to come back with a zoomy zoom at some point, perhaps in this run. Oh, geography. Colossus Orinda. Royal Museum over there. Morning Bay is above it. Fen, the right. Understood. Reddington over here with Mount Holly. Oris. That's the Angel Point Tower, right? I think. All right. More classrooms. I demand more class. It's about time I had some. Hmm. Armory sells weapon and armor. I can redraw 8 times here. It's just... Classroom is classroom. It's just I really need gems. Dining room's also pretty good. Gives us a bunch of additional steps right now as well as in the future. I feel like I should be really picky given the amount of money I have. Given the amount of free rerolls exclusively. So, excuse me, rather, that I have. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was thinking about. Indoor nursery, whenever you draft into the green room, 2 gems will spout in this room, giving us the ability to start getting some gems. That said, it gives us gems by using gems right now. If you call it a day in the Planetarium, gain 2 stars. It is also a new location that I have never drafted before. It would terminate one of our paths. I only have 2 open rooms. I'm going to take it. New rooms are really important to me. Star schedule. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's a new constellation on day 50. Oh, no, wait. Star numbers. Right, so 29 stars. First appearance of both Diamondus Minor and Major in the same sky. Oh boy. Observatory would be great for us. 7 different constellations observed a single night on day 40, and 50 is new constellation spotted. That seems important. Really? All right. Well, I know where to call it a day. I need to have the ability to rotate my room from here to head down, not to head down into security, actually. Ideally to head across. Classroom. Classroom would literally terminate our run. Chapel doesn't. Thank you. In fact, it actually ties together the 2 halves of our house right now. Very useful. So now I need something that can take me down into the foundation. And hey, laboratory, please. It's time to set up an experiment. I would love one that gives me gems. Gain 1 key for every 2 hallways in your house. Add a small chest to the entrance hall. That's the most gems that I can get. Gain 1 star. I like stars, but it's not going to do anything for us. Whenever you draft an archive floor plan, not going to do that commonly. Whenever you draft a red room, lose 5 steps and then. Or whenever you bypass or unlock a security door. I'm going to go draft a red room because I think it's the only one that I'm likely to do. Oh, don't need to log in. Hmm. Gosh, this foundation. Just, I'm bricked out so many sides here. Please don't end my run. Don't end my run. Please. Boudoir leads up in a good direction for us, gives us 2 abilities to reroll. I have to take that. Especially considering the fact that in the boudoir, I know there to also be at least a single gem for me to pick up. The only one of these that proceeds upwards is the West Wing Hall. As much as I would like it in 1 more seconds time after this, I will take it. Aha! Thank you for the key. Oh my god. I want anything that gives me more gems, but instead I'm just getting the things that take the gems? Art class! Paint a deer! Alright. Huh? Yep. Oh. Art prompt. Draw 2 things that share all but 1 letter of their name. Yes, I do know that puzzle. So, you're all good on that front? I've solved the 44. Corn? Acorn. Neat. Robot and root. Clever. Tooth and 2. Spelling incorrect. Who? Josh. Just never getting it, Josh. Yep, definitely don't want to draft out of this room because, again, that will be... I mean, if I get what I want, which is a classroom, it will cost me a gem, which I don't have. But I can re-roll enough times to hopefully find something that can give me a gem. Planetarium has 1 door for each... 1, 2... It would have 3 doors open, which would be its current one, and then each of the other directions. I really want to draft this later. Oh, right, I have my free redraws, of course. Passageway incredible. Obviously, I will take that here. Furnace, more likely to draw red rooms whilst drafting. Classroom, which I can't do. A bunk room, which would have nothing in it for us. Time to start using that for a reroll. I really want something that exits north. Certainly not archives. You know what? Give me the mailroom. I really do need an injection of value here. 2 gems, amateur lockpicking kit, and a magnifying glass. Well. That is the thing that I wanted. So I got a class to go back and magnify. Dining room, and it opens up in the directions that I care about right now. It doesn't cost anything additional. It's perfect. I will take my 11. Apparently I have salt. I do indeed. I'll take my 11 immediate steps. A classroom that I can just draft here. Yes, please. Interesting. Doing something with the night sky in there. Observatory. It terminates this path, though, but it gives me all of the diamonds that I need. If I rotate it, I can't take it. You You. So that's Diamodus Major, Diamodus Minor, Southern Cross, Farmer's Apple, and Twins. Wowzers. I don't have a way to knock locks off of cases yet. But that is certainly one of the next most important things to me. Alright, well, look, I'm not going to look at that just yet. Ooh, next slide. Oh, I can set up this. Oh, cool. Apples are extra delicious. History is penned by the victors. Got it. Understood. It's history class in here. History worksheet. Who was first crowned ruler of Fen Ares? Prince Leosin died in the attempt. Desolate the Fourth lost, actually, or Desolate the Fourth wanted to be the crowned ruler of Orinda Ares, but lost the war. General Teskin. Interesting. So we know that King Tiskin was also the first king of Fen Ares, I believe, from the Royal Museum of the Grand City of Fen Ares pictures that we've seen. Prince Leosin died during the war. King Desolates, Desolates the Fourth did not succeed the throne, so it's 100% General Teskin. Which city in Fen Ares is named after her historical figure? Horus is named after the king, the first king of Orindia. How many sons did the fourth king of Orindia have? The fourth king of Orindia had 3 children, had 2 sons and 1 daughter, so 2. BBA. How long did the War of the Fifth Era last? That was 22 years. The entire era. Which realm did not ally with Fen Ares during the war? Arc Ares, Arajian, Nuance. I believe Araja sent some forces, and I believe Nuance did. I think Arc Ares is the one that did not. I'm very quickly just going to confirm this. General of Northern Regiment and the realms Nuance and Arc Ares lend their support for Leosin. So Araja did not. What flag was forbidden to be flown at full staff after the war? One imagines that to be the black flag. Couldn't tell you for absolutely certain, though. Yes. No. No. So yeah, it's black flag. Coal Forger. Also got Richard. I've already told you which ones are correct, unless any of these have written something extra. Nope. All right. Have a look at this slide. So this would be the War of the Fifth Era. That is Orinda Ares fighting against the forces of Fen. Okay, I believe this is the end of the war. The war has been completed and succeeded. However, that is Prince Leosin there, dead. Having not survived the war for his own election. Not really an election, but ascension to the throne, rather. Interesting. So that's General Teskin, who took the name King Tiskin? Question mark? Yeah, this is the destruction of the railway after that occurred, which we did know happened. Ooh, air transportation there, and that is the... Okay, so that's the symbol of Orinda, as in that's the angel Orinda. I believe this is in Fen. picture for me. And then back to the very start again. Yeah. Cool. Alright, by reverse engineering their homework, we could have found out the history, but we already read the books that told us the history. So this is unfortunately one of the lesser useful of the classrooms. Going to be able to pick that door's lock, unfortunately. I do have keys that I can purchase down in the commissary. One, two... Did I skip this classroom? No. Of course. Of course I didn't, because I couldn't have gotten here with... It's this one down here that I haven't stepped foot in yet. My path is unfortunately quite winding and convoluted to actually get to areas I care about. Perhaps I should start digging earlier. I really don't feel like I'm going to get the opportunity to make my shovel better. And if I do, I certainly don't think I'm getting the opportunity to come back and actually use it after doing so. One, two, three, four. Thankfully, apples are extra delicious today. I'll take 2 keys. Heading out from the north of that classroom will then spawn the dining room food. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I want to go down to this classroom when I also want to collect that funeral parlor at the same time. Like, I feel like there's a different point to do that. There goes my final gold. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. We're gonna have footsteps back in a second. We've gone to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 classrooms! We've got the ability to effectively force the next 2 classrooms to spawn. Armory, but I don't have money anymore. Nope. Redraw. Classroom. Ding, ding, ding. Food's ready. Also, this food is ready. Aha. Oh, hello. What? Okay, so there's new new advanced functions. So I think I know the answer to a lot of these. 3 squared, 9. 3 squared, 9 minus 5, 4. 7 minus 5, and then squared is 4. 3 times by 2, 6, then squared, 36. 2 squared is 4. Times 1 is still 4, but then you square it again for 16. It's all of those, easy. What the heck are these? 21.7, it's got a wavy above it and a wavy below it? Huh? Oh. Idiot. Remember? Remember? It's idiot. These map to our ongoing grotto puzzle or castle puzzle or however we want to refer to it. That means X. So far I have CIX, first line, AD space, second line, SIX, TOR, LO space, ET space. So I need to fill out 3 more letters in order to have that fully filled out. That said, it also doesn't look like it reads like anything, so I don't know. Algebra. A squared times B, all minus 2, and then all squared. There's also 4 plus 2 squared, minus 6, and then all of that squared, and then a squared minus 2, and then all of that squared plus 9. I mean, I don't think this is telling me anything new other than, like, you know, the order of operations. Maybe I should figure out the result to each of these? Well, how could I? This has 2 variables. This has no variables. This is 1 variables. Well, I guess that's exactly how I would do it, right? Well, but they don't even have... We don't even know that they all equal one another, so I can't run them as, like, parallel equations or anything like that. Remember, don't square till you're there. Yeah, got it. What about you? C. 8 out of 12. 9 out of 12 over here on Zachcraft. Okay. What? Well, Zach, you appear to be doing the best in the class. Let's check your homework. 3 squared is 9? Yes. 3 squared is 9 minus 5? 4? Yes. 7 minus 5 is 2 squared? 4? Yes. 3 times 2 is 6, 36? Yes. 16. 2 squared, 4 times 1, 4 squared, 16. Yes. 5 times 2 is 10 squared, 100 plus 5, 105 minus 95, 10, then squared. So this one's wrong. I mean, this has got to be root, right? 16 square root is 4. 12 square root minus 2? Sorry, nothing is the square root of 12. So, I'm going to guess that's wrong? Square root of 5. No, but it'd be square root of 5. Yeah. No, this is fine, because it's 30 minus 5 is 25. Square root is 25. So, those 3 are wrong, which means these 3 down here are correct? Okay. Here's my Oh, I've got it. So it's rounding, because we've got 22 and 20, right? So 21.7. I mean, all of these have to be correct as well if we've figured it out. So 21.7 with 1 wavy line means that the ones are rounded, right? So it rounds the ones, right? So it rounds to the nearest 1, which then becomes 22. 21.7 rounds to the nearest 10, right? The number of lines indicates the number of digits that it rounds to. So 2 means it rounds to the nearest 10, which is 20. Here we have 59.6 rounds to the nearest 100 because it's got 3 lines. So 100 minus 9 rounds to the nearest digit, which is actually up for this one. So it's 100 minus 60 equals 40. Hell yeah. I'm going to take a screenie of that just to remind me in the future. I really want to do the exam this run. I'm so ready. Cloister of Joya? I know, I want you so bad, but I can't. Redraw. Rotunda, redraw. Vestibule, hallway closet, redraw. I mean, I do want treasure trove, but I am going to redraw. Can you give me a class? Thank you. I'm going to rotate the classroom so that it doesn't terminate my run. Lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding items. Don't think that's going to be too important, to be honest. I'll eat an apple. Oh, yes! I've been waiting for... Thank you! Okay, yes. I knew we had to be able to be translating this stuff. Otherwise, why did they give me a whole letter? Okay, cool. Ovin Nevarai. Let's start with that. Arajian affix pairings. We have Aj, Ma, Ov, Nev, and El. Also the suffixes of Ja, Vo, Ven, and Le. Arajian vocabulary. Law equals word. Right, so law equals word. We know a couple of things related to this. Law equals word was also in the book A New Clue, and under it, it also said jaw equals name. So we know that as well. Earlier Arajian did not use any verbs, so today the rare use of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loan words that are mainly used to describe physical actions. There's also yite is gate, tray, tree, hue, house, lunar, water, Tao, day, night, and arai, future. Okay, so let's pass ovin, nevarai. So of, towards, vin. I don't think I have a vin. It's not ven, of vin. Of vin. Nevarai. Nevarai, however, is the start of the future. Nevarai. So toward vin, the start of the future. Not sure what vin translates to. Hello, can you teach me a new word? Ajlo ultich nevlo. Large house is towards the east, is Huan Ovet. Again, this person only got most of them right, though. What do I need to figure out as a result of this? I guess I need to figure out what all of these are. Ven Treven. Branches of the tree are old. Old. Tree old. Oh! Because this was using both interpretations of Ven. So it's the end of tree old. The branches of the tree are old. Trunk of the tree is small. Ma nevtre. So ma, small, nev, start of, tray. The trunk of the tree is small. Ma nevtre. That does appear to be correct. I won't read at night. Readle nigh. Le, I won't. Nigh, night. So if read is the word for read, then that's correct. El swim nevdao. I will swim at dawn. El swim nevdao. Well, the thing is, they all say early Arajian does not use verbs, so today the rare usage of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loan words that are used to describe physical actions. So that means that perhaps readl nai is correct, and el swim nevdao is as well. I will swim at dawn, nevdao. Start of a new day. El swim, I swim, start of a new day, yep. The large house is towards the east. Huam ovet. Of et with a capital E. So we know the et sphere was listed in the other room, so that's east, et east. Huam, the large house. Huam. No. Oh, no, it is. Huam of et. Toward east. The large house is towards the east. Okay, so which one did you get wrong? Hello, can you teach me a new word? Ajlo nevlo. First word. Start word. Really? That doesn't seem good enough. Yeah, the other ones had teach. Ajlo ul teach nevdo. Tre venven, that's wrong. Manevtrai, yes. Le read nai? No, le is supposed to be a suffix. So you have those two wrong, which tells me that ajlo ul teach nevlo is correct, which tells me that that's the only one that's incorrect on Maurice Jacobs. Ajlo ul teach nevlo, huam ovet, el swim nevdao, riedel nai, tre branchven, and tre matrank. Yeah. You should remember the Arajian terms for these. So that's trunk and branch, and both of those are still tray, right? As we understand them. Oh no, they are treven is old end of. Yeah. So the end of the tree, instead of branch, it's treven. So not branchven. And matrunk is same. Good. Good information. Good information that we've got here. I feel compelled to go and pull up the note that I do have entirely in Arajian and start having a little bit of a wee look at that. So, our note is Ovelda Yiris. So, to my, and then da is not listed here. Da Gigris. No. To my Degiris. I have to assume there's more words that are not. These are not all of the lists of all of the words that are available. Uleld dao. Uleld nai, uleld mora. So, uleld dao, uleld nai, uleld mora. Mora is not listed on here, but the way that it's being invoked, day, night, mora. So, vulel gift elhu oris. Or is. Of is. Of et, of is. Is, east. Et. Wait, no, et's east. East is west, I believe, then. So... Oh, but I don't know what ovin. But it's ovis neverai, is it not? Hang on, in this note it's ovis neverai. Overaja. Oh my god. Uljora. Uljora. I don't think I have enough to be able to actually translate this note, but I'm going to pause and I'm going to try. Okay, I bring you back, having now done as much translation as I believe is currently available for the note that we found on Lady Clara Epson's tomb. And I will tell you that the basic assumptions that we're working with here as well include, when paired with a verb, can mean I will or I won't for el and le, similar to ul and lu. So I think el and le are similar to ul and lu, as in el is I, me, ul is you. Le is a lack of myself, lu is a lack of you. That's my assumption. I'm also using the maps that we found in the other area. Ajlor is first name. First word, sorry. I'm also using the maps that we found in the other classroom in order to surmise that INN means north, in eclipse, north moon, and ISS means south. So this is based on the fact that we know that in eclipse and is eclipse are two opposites of one another, demonstrated on the moons in a previous grade. And we also know on that same map that the north of that map, or at least I'm presuming it to be oriented northwest, where north is up. The north of that map is labeled in Erai. So I imagine the south might be is Erai. So, putting all of this together, and you're accounting for the fact that these give you like very broad words rather than necessarily like a distinct sentence. Let's go. Toward my blank. You me blank day. You me blank night. You me blank blank. Toward you I gift my house toward south. The start of day you future without me. The start of day, blank, future I won't. First, I bid you heed my, blank, word. You, blank. Hugh Sinclair Lou. You aren't House Sinclair. You aren't House Epson. Forget your, blank, north. Here's something real cool, though. Your name, Je'ari. Passed down by our mother's line, Je'ari being the matrilineal passage of the word, the name, rather, of the mother in Arajian culture. Your future towards south, away from Fen. Your, blank, name, blank. Towards, blank last, to south the start of future. Last word, I blank, your name blank. So I'm getting some stuff from there. I did already have, like, this is at least as hard confirmation as I can possibly get. I don't even know who this is addressed towards, to be entirely frank with you. Ooh. Oh, no, that wouldn't. That wouldn't necessarily. I've taken some assumptions in here as well. I believe ULD. Because here's an example. Nevdau Ulrael. Right? Nevdau, very easy. It's Nev, the start of, Dao, day. So dawn. Ulda, Riel. So the problem with that is Arye and then Le. So future, a lack of myself. But before that, all we have is UL and then a D. So I think that you can modify the prefixes. I haven't actually checked the suffixes. I think you can modify the prefixes by adding a D. And I think when you do modify a prefix, it makes it... My assumption is it makes it related to your family. So, like, ULD, your ye are, your family name. Your family, ULD, your family. That's my assumption. Because it's the only... Because otherwise, you just end up with a bunch of hanging... I'm going to finish the sentence. You end up with a bunch of hanging Ds where you don't want them. And look, I realized halfway through the sentence. Ooh, classroom. I can get a classroom from my classroom? Hell yeah. I want the final exam, so I'm just going to keep re-rolling until they give me something like that. Because, like, we are bricked now, right? But our progress, it doesn't have to stop. Treasure trove. Nope. Redraw. Nope. Redraw. I do need to go to the servant room more often because there are things in there that are important for big knowledge. Clock tower and it's oriented correctly. But I need to be able to take the final exam. And I'm assuming that... But I did add 8 classrooms. I don't know if there is a final classroom that can even spawn. I'm going to keep redrawing until I have a really good reason to stop. Code check? Indoor nursery? No. The pool servants' quarters. Again. Study is back. So is the office. Opportunity to earn and spread. Locksmith. Kitchen wine. Cellar pantry. Nope. Treasure trove is back. So is the master bedroom. Oh, there we go. So I only have now 2 redraws. I don't believe at this point that there is just another hallway waiting to be drafted, another classroom waiting to be drafted, but if there is, maybe we can get it from the other classroom exit. However, here we have the ability to get the music room. 1 major key, 1 minor key. And I have specifically believed that, boom, yep, if we get this on the final rank, that it will supply us with a key, which it does. Denoted in verse. Cool. 1, 2, 3. I mean, we are going to get more food, so I don't have to worry about the food insecurity of it all. "25 steps, courtesy of our permanent increase to it from our Cloister of Jorah. 26, actually. Then there was a classroom that I needed to zoom. And of course, I would like to end my day in the observatory. I mean, the foundation's where I would go to plop the sanctum key in. Yeah, and considering this is kind of along the path to where I want to go anyway, this is a good idea. We'll head down. So, which of the sanctums do I want to open is a good question. I do have more information on... which of these do I have the most information on? Arajian. Makes sense. I should also check if maybe an exam has spawned in the schoolhouse. Maybe? Just seems like a location it could possibly spawn, because, like, if there is a final exam, I would love to get it. And it seems most likely that it would exist at the end of a run where you are graduating through all of the classes. All right. So that's the in eclipse. And this says Ovin. Okay, yeah, right. I was wondering why I was getting confusing sigils on that. So your Arajian grandmother says Ovis Neverai, and Sinclair, the Sinclair family we can believe that this is probably associated with, so including your grandfather, but also your grand uncle, says instead towards north. Towards north, a new day. Well, Arajian. Now, what do we know about this one? We'll turn it from the inside out, right? Because you start on the inside, go out. So, Arajian, you are poetic in culture. I believe poetic is flowers. There we go. Oof. No, it wouldn't be naval to connect to Arajian, we recently found. Just because it is connected by land. But I know that it has a sigil heading south. And I know that they're rainy. So it can't be that. Can't be that. Could be this. And then the only thing that I need to do finally is line up purple. So purple, purple, purple. I need another book. Violet, I guess, is how we're referring to it here. And that'll do it. Got it. Arajian is rainy, and they travel via... Oh, what is that symbol? They travel via a train system, locomotion. That makes sense. Yep. They have rainy weather, they are poetic, and the sigil itself is violet. Collector's copy of a Arajian box, the Arajian variation. The puzzles of Moragi spread to Araja not through port towns, as they had in other realms, but by train routes from the north. When violet tiles were introduced, they were created as a simple reflection of the variation first introduced by Arcaris some years earlier. When violet tiles are pressed, they move south. Excellent. Then we have a portrait of a rail line. A building. Lovely. Scholarly cap. And, ooh, a new stamp for me. The Eastern Rain. Eta Yena. Iraja Arai. There's also written up there, Huven Nevhu. So Huven Nevhu is what? House and new house, I think. And we have the Eastern Rain. Eta something something es Yena. Je'ari Yena. You are a queen, I believe. Eratavo, so that was this is being taken away from Araja. 331 4v14. I don't think that's this. First Araja, Hugh Amdo. Alright. With all of that done,
I was a little disappointed that there has not been a drop of rain since my time here, as every Arajian story I've ever read has begun with rain. I suppose the anecdotes I make on this trip will have to do without that flavorful setting. However, even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. Loja Yena, Ajlo Luna. Herbert.
now what does Luna translate to again? Give me a moment. Luna is water. So Loja, law, word, ja, final word, Yena, first, and then L-O-R, first word, water. What? Last word, Yena, first word, water. Water Yena? Interesting. Oh, actually, also, while I'm down here, I'll use my magnifying glass to look at the other sigils as well. So, yep. Blacks rotate everything. Reds turn black red. Green alternates its side. The purples move south. Yellows do again? I suspect the yellows are locked in their current position because they rise. So how do I get them out of their current position then? I mean... Let's just fully reset this first. Green has nothing to swap with. Let's get a black in the top line so that I can rotate those out of position. No, I don't think that's right, because then I can't really do anything with any of the rest of those. So, ultimately, it feels like the green rotating over the central line to put a purple in the top is going to be part of a necessary solution here, but how do I get green out of its line without ruining things? That's a very important part of it. Without ruining something? I can put red on the top line. That doesn't seem right. Capable of putting black on the top line. Or green. I don't think pulling a red down to my current line is necessarily going to help me at all. So I can get black on the bottom line now, which is something I've been wondering about how to do. Oh, no, wait, I can't because I'm trying to... Right. Oops. Aha! There we go. Now, the thing is, those two are already in the right position. But ultimately, I do need to just get purples in 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Got it. Woo! More Arajian, more allowance for my self, please. Thank you. Again, I've got something that I still need to magnifying glass in one of the classrooms. I've got another classroom that I can still draw from, and then I want to end my run in the Planetarium. I didn't solve that one, so I'm not going to be able to do it. I mean, that's the... I know what that country's called now. I think. I mean, I'm not going to be able to prove it to you, but I do know what it's called. No, it's not Costa Rica. It's not Nuance. Which one is it? Ah, there it is. Vera. Unfortunately, I know almost nothing about Vera, except for the fact that they have to have traveled over the ocean. Over there in Vera. Already pulled that down. Let's go check the Orindan and Ares ones. Yes, this one I believe I did actually have the ability to zoom into last time I was here. A landmark as black in realm as it is in name, and a story I feel closely connected to. And then a picture from the Black Bridge. From the Curse of Blackbridge. So then this... Oh no, but this has just in fire we fall, etc. Yes, yes, yes. Grand Realm of Fenares. Yes, remind Anne to replace the books I lost. Alright. Back upstairs to one of the classrooms, possibly draft one final room, and then we're done. As soon as we go and rest in the planetarium, that is. I'm so glad to actually start having the translation language arrive. Cool. As soon as we saw a note that was fully impossible to be understood, obviously there had to be a way to translate it at some point. And obviously I also don't yet have all of the words that would be appropriate for doing so. Ha ha ha! There's the little Orindan sigil there for the wall that looks out there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it's fine. I've got no money, so I don't have to worry about going through rooms that I otherwise might not want to. Specifically the chapel, if you're wondering. Alrighty, up through the lab. Didn't draft any reds, so I didn't get the small chests. That's fine. Well, there are small chests that I can still bust open over at the entrance hall, and I think there's a small chest somewhere else as well that I didn't bust open. They do have lockpicks now. Hey, the Arajian symbol has joined it down there. Love to see it. Bah. 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 That's my response to that. An ordinary key. An extraordinary key. Alright, it never came to class 1. Give me my food. Nothing lying on any of the other desks. Cloister of Jaya. I do not have the ability to draft any appropriate adjacencies to this. I guess... I don't even know what I want. You know what? It's Clock Tower. Give me Clock Tower. Right now. Rotunda, weight room, and bonk. No. Vestibule. Study. No. Office rumpus room? I gotta say, there is some appeal in rumping. The fact that Clock Tower still exists in the pool means that I need to continue. I know. I'm so sorry. Armory, no money. Boiler room, utility closet, guest bedroom, roll. Clock Tower. There it is. So, I finally drafted it in the orientation that I thought it needed to go in. Granted, I do not have the... I do not have the secret garden spawned right now. And it's also Oh! Wait. Navigational compass. Am I really gonna do this? I would have to wait, like, in-game? 10 hours? I don't... I just don't think... I don't think this is the solution. I'm not waiting here 10 hours right now. No, I want to start my next run. Did I get... No, I did get mailroom. Oh, and it does count as well. So that means I've got 2 keys next run. Yay. Also, I think it's this classroom all the way up here next to the planetarium that I'm actually looking for. Indeed. Okay, so the meeting of 2 different peoples. It is the rogue moon and the devoted moon as well, by the by. So, Ovin Nevarai, Ovius Nevarai, the rogue moon of the north, the devoted moon of the south, perhaps? Devoted circle. Yeah. I think that's King Tiskin, right? No, it can't be. It can't be. No. Your middle child is your daughter. That makes you the 3rd king of Arinda. Arindia Ares, I believe, actually. And then we have a crowd of people watching the 3 of Tides. So I think that may have to refer then to your children who start Arc Ares, Fen Ares, Arc Ares, Arinda Ares, and... Wait, no, sorry, you are the 3rd king of Arinda. Your children have Fen Ares, Arindia Ares, and Arajian as their birthrights. Isles of Orsay. And we also see that Orsay is off the right side of this map. We've got the Is Eclipse and the In Eclipse. Also, the one wielding the chimney sweep, you are Vea, and this one wielding that's a hoe. You are Rinna, I believe. Dowager. Is it possible this Dowager? No. Pitchfork is Dowager, and that's certainly not a pitchfork. Fenmora. The fact that it's called Marmora and Fenmora, like, I feel like Fen has, as a prefix in the Arajian language has a name, or rather has a word, has a translation. Because Marmora would be what? Small. So Mora being small Earth, Marmora being, Mora being Earth, maybe, just because it looks kind of earthy. Marmora being small Earth. Fenmora? Don't know. Can't translate the word Fen. It's not the opposite. That would be Mora Arm for large Earth. The outer circle with all of these. This beautiful device here. This person is showing 4 constellations on one another, as well as... I don't know if I meant to translate something specific from that. It looks like a miniature version of a map like this, to be honest. That one, so these are like rudimentary science experiments, right? Like we've got astronomy, we've got more astronomy, even more astronomy. Over here, any of the sciences that require a telescope, a microscope rather than a telescope. And then up here we have, I mean, technically even more astronomy, using a pillar in order to, well, both determine time. It looks like it's kind of a sundial there, but also, I believe, to determine the distance of the Earth from the sun. Because we can see that it's at multiple different heights there, and I believe if you can get multiple different cast heights from something, you can actually use math to figure out how far away the light source for it is, which would be the sun. That's the key on the balloon. The Seeker of Signs. That's me. All right. I don't believe there to be any more in here that I need to zoom in on. But I'm better safe than sorry, so... Oh, that's our little mountain there. Okay. Nope. I believe we've zoomed in on all of the zoomables on this side. Now, this one is much denser. Yeah, that is an eye at the center of this left one. And then this is a spiral out from the sun showing the same orbital objects that existed on the other map. The Spiral of Stars. 2 different towers on either side of a very tall tree, a path leading away from it. The Sacred Circle. It's also Tor. Tor doesn't mean anything, right? It's Jaw and Law that mean things. So what's Tor mean? I mean, rot as well. So maybe it's rotation in this way and 46 rotates the other way? Also, those appear to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm still not certain about that, but I'm gonna go outside of the fountain to check some stuff in just a second. We have these symbols that we've seen before. In boxes held by these cultist figures. Maybe that's the 8th realm that's traveled to, but that doesn't feel like the 8 should be on this map. Also, Say Jar down here, and then Aj Say over on the other side. Moraven? Wait, Ven. Mora Ven. The Mora Ven. So, and Mora Jai? Does Jai mean anything to us in this language? Not as far as I know. The Great Tress splits some of the Isles of Vera from Korrika. I'm certain there's something I needed to zoom in on here, but I can't, for the life of me, find where it was. It is a bat and an eagle on either side there, which we had seen previously as well. What was the thing I really need to zoom in on here? Maybe it was just these numbers down here. 8 degree, 8 degree, 8 degree, 8 degree, 58. So what? 58, and then if that's 4 sets of 8, 4 sets of 8 is 32, 32, 58 is 90, so that is 32. Interesting. I could have sworn there was another thing to zoom in on here. I suppose not. I almost feel compelled to try and go to a bunch of the other classrooms in case those had the thing that I'm thinking about. That's okay. I got time. 1, 2. Yeah, it's certainly not in grade 1. I feel compelled to go back and look at my own footage to try and find it. Secret signs, Orse. No, it was just the rogue moon. It was the rogue moon that I wanted to come back and confirm. I remember now. Alright, that makes everything a lot easier. No good reason as far as I can tell for me not to pop this open. Silver key and another gem. All right. Okay, yeah, there's not enough placements out there for that to be what I was trying to do. But it's definitely stone. It feels like it's stone circling a central... Yeah, like something like this. Yeah, but they're not buttons. There are 8 of them. There's 8 on this one as well. But I can't necessarily tell you which is supposed to be where. I was really hoping I'd figured out the secret of those. There has to be one that just has stones surrounding it, right? Yeah, that one doesn't even have anything. Also, I've got to make sure that I still have enough footsteps to get back inside. The more I do this, the more I feel like it's a dumb thing to be doing. I mean, there's like 8 of these, but they're not pressable or interactable in any way. The fact that I can turn these off still absolutely boggles my mind. I do think that's going to matter as well. We saw another sundial recently. All right. Just refreshing myself of the clues so that you can figure out the answer and then be embarrassed by the fact that I haven't done it in real time. That's the plan. Let me know how it's going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect.
I'm getting my 2 stars.
Straight down the end. And then it's time to call it a day. Woo! Lot of new clues found there, especially the translation. That is probably the most impactful of the things we found. We also locked in the sanctum for Arajian. Got a little bit of additional income that way. We changed the rarity of a couple of things in the conservatory in order to get them a little more commonly. Managed to go through all the classrooms, picking up additional clues in each. Managed to get the sanctum from music room. We have 2 stars coming next round, courtesy of having a planetarium in this round. I oriented the clock tower in the correct direction, but I was not patient enough to wait its actual time. Feeling pretty good about this. Mount Holly, the impressive campus, 8 classrooms and a library. Only 1 new room visited, which is going to be the planetarium. I think I've visited 5 new rooms in the classrooms that I had otherwise not been able to go to. 141 steps taken. Let's exit, save, and continue, and say that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Blueprints. Top left is series playlist from all the contents of the game, past, present, future, YouTube recommendations down below. Stream past the names of the peoples who generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsyPlays and above the thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to 3D. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.